Deontay got a text from Joshua. He said, please send me personally the offer. This was after Eddie keeps talking and everything. And show me how it'll all be done. Give me all the details. We did. We sent it to him. The same day I was meeting with Barry in New York. He knew nothing about it. After the meeting, we sent it to Joshua. 2 days later, Barry calls me. He says, I didn't know that you were sending this to Joshua. I said, no, Deontay did, because he personally asked for it. And in it, it explained how the money would be shown. We had the money. Look, forget everything else. If you know who I am and you know who Al is, and we've been in the business the amount of years we've been, we have never, ever, once not come up with money. That's not an issue.
Hey, Shelly, let me ask you this.
Who are you with?
Bluebird Sports TV.
Okay.
We seen in the public, Eddie Hearn, he refers to you as Shelly Finkel and things of that sort, call you out your name, How do you feel about that? I mean, well, it's just not how we used to see in business being done.
Okay, two things. One, he kept saying that Deontay did not want the fight. On March 5th, after Ortiz got beat by Deontay, I showed the email. He didn't know what to say. The next thing was Shelly Finkel and that. Silly. When I met with Barry, I said, Barry, I expected you to call me by now. And he said, about what? I said, about saying, Shelly, don't worry about my son, he's immature. And that's, to me, it's silly. What can you do? You can either stoop to that level or just go on.
Right. Do you feel like they already have a plan set in place for April 13th, and they really never had a intention of fighting Deontay Wilder?
Well, obviously they had a plan in place for September, because they didn't send a date or a location in the agreement they sent us, and yet they mysteriously had it for Povetkin at Wembley, the date and everything.
Right.
They didn't want the fight. Everyone keeps looking to listen to what Barry and Eddie say. To me, at the end of the day, facts speak for themselves. If he wanted the fight, we were willing to take 15 flat at that time, not anymore. We were willing to fight him in London. We were willing, if he wanted to fight here, to give him $50 million. We were willing to do anything he wanted, but we asked for a rematch clause, and we asked for where will the fight be. Wouldn't tell us either of them. So.
The other day we heard Barry Hearn and Frank Warren were on the radio, and they were going back and forth. And Barry Hearn pretty much said that he has a plan set in place for Joshua, and that Tyson Fury win, he's definitely not in the plans. He personally doesn't see him in the plans. And then he says that he's offered Deontay Wilder to fight, but he's stating that he could wait 2 to 3 years before he see Joshua fight Wilder.
Look, the fight that should have happened a long time ago was Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis. Okay, one of them didn't want the fight, so it didn't happen. If that's what happens here, what can I do? I can just do the best I can, and if I can't get that done for my fighter, then we'll have to do something else.
Now, how easy was it to get this fight made between Wilder and Fury?
Look, nothing is just, okay, here's the offer signed.
Right.
It was as easy as it could have been. Frank was a gem to work with. We knew what we wanted, and it got done.
How big is this fight? I mean, you've been in a lot of big heavyweight fights, especially in this country.
It's a very big fight. It's bigger in Europe, in London, but it's enormous. It's the first heavyweight championship fight with 2 undefeated heavyweights, and I don't remember when was the last time. And it's a big fight. It'll sell out the Staples, I'm sure of that. It'll do a good number on pay-per-view, and it should be a great fight for the public.
And how do you think Deontay has been working up his profile? He's come basically off the Olympics and then really had to work really hard to make a name for himself.
It'll be neutrality.
I think that the sport is different today than it was 20 years ago. First, when you came out of the Olympics, you were a star already. You weren't. Then we're able to be on TV regularly. Now you have to work a lot of times in obscurity till you get there. And now he's where it should be, and then hopefully it'll just grow from there. I mean, it's amazing. He's 40-0. He's 39 knockouts. And people always say, well, how do you compare this one to that one? There'll always be that. They would have compared Jack Dempsey to Joe Louis. They would compare Tyson to Joe Frazier. You can always do it, but all you can do is beat the guys who are there today. Go back.
That was fun stuff. You had it under control, man.
And also, Joshua never wanted to fight Ortiz. That's why Eddie signed Ortiz to keep him away. And then when he got free, that's when we fought him.
Do you think Wilder has the potential to be in a fight that's bigger than Tyson Lewis at either this fight or his next fight?
Well, let me explain. I don't know what that means.
In terms of
but let me finish. But with technology changing so quickly, can you imagine if it was pay-per-view at the time? Joe Louis versus Max Schmeling, Ali versus Frazier won. They were bigger than Mayweather and Pacquiao, but that fight did so much more because of technology expanding. So I can't really tell you what that would be in the future. But as it's growing and there's different ways of technology, I'll give you just one quick example. There's this fellow, Logan Paul. I don't know if any... Hey, Steve. He is one of these influencers. He fought this kid KSI in London. They did 780,000 buys on the internet at $10. And they sold out the arena. So things are changing every day.
Hey, Shelly.
No, we just want to do the best we can.
What would you need to do to turn the tables and make Wilder the A-side?
Just all we can do is keep fighting, keep winning, and hopefully the public...
What would a good number be?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I don't know.
Shelly, let's see, seeing this, don't like to look too far in the future, but if Wilder gets past Tyson Fury, where do you go from there, to make another big fight if Joshua doesn't want to make a fight?
Don't even know yet. Ortiz keeps crying that he should have won. If you have any other ideas, we're open. I mean, there's top 5, we'll fight anyone.
Thank you, Shelly.